Hi, I'm Rich with insideHPC. We're here in Frankfurt, Germany at ISC 2019. And today we're at the NEC booth with Oliver Tennert. Oliver, thanks for having me again this year.
Well, thanks for coming over to our booth, Rick. Welcome.
Well, why don't we start at the beginning for folks who might not know, who is NEC and who do you help in this space?
Yes, so as you know, NEC is actually a Japanese company. We from NEC Deutschland Germany, we cover the HPC business in the whole of EMEA. So at this show we are again focusing on our Aurora machine, which is our own development. And as my colleague will explain to you later on, we recently won a very big deal with Aurora because of its high performance and its energy efficiency.
Okay, and this is vector computing, right?
This is vector computing, and anybody interested in vector computing might also try it out, because we do have a hands-on session as well, which is actually quite ongoing. So everybody's happily invited to try out how it feels like to do vector computing on the shell.
Today we're at the NEC booth, and I'm here with Erich. Erich, thanks for having me back again. I understand that NEC is doing a lot of cooperative efforts around vector computing. Can you tell me more?
Yes, we're trying to broaden the scope of the vector processor, and actually we started a lot of cooperations with academic partners on various topics. So one topic is porting LLVM, creating a vectorizing LLVM backend for the vector engine. Yeah. Then we have a team working on OpenMP target. That means the OpenMP target directive would a lot simplify making hybrid codes, hybridizing codes, and of course porting codes to the vector engine. Yeah. Then we cooperate with an institute doing in-memory databases. Okay. So the high memory bandwidth of the vector engine is very useful for queries in such databases. Yeah.
Well, when last we talked, you were talking about AI and vector platforms for that. That all runs on open source. The Caffe, the TensorFlows, all this. Are you working with the open source community?
We work a lot with the open source community. Actually, about 4 weeks ago, we open sourced, or actually we were allowed to open source LLVM-V backend. And about 2 weeks ago, we have put our version of TensorFlow plus our deep neural network library, which is still in the making, of course, onto GitHub. It's also open source. At the same time, the whole operating system is open source, so we're open to work with people and to improve the framework. One project is, for example, hybrid computing, heterogeneous asynchronous messages, which simplify, again, the way of creating parallel and hybrid programs. Caffe is being worked on in our research labs in Princeton, and basically we can export models from PyTorch and compile them in Caffe and compute them in Caffe, run them in Caffe on the vector engine. Then we are working with Stanford on Weld, which is also a neural network acceleration library. We have Apache Spark replacement, which is very fast. There are plenty of things happening.
A lot of things. Yeah. Well, I saw some students in here. I understand you have a live machine running so that they can try code out. And how's that going?
We have machines here, and a colleague of mine is giving courses one after the other, and actually it's pretty busy. I'm happy to see this. Yeah. People come bring their codes and try them, vectorize them or not, and hopefully learn something.
Yeah. Well, it's great to see vector computing kind of opening up, and thanks for having me today, Eric.
Thank you.
Great job.